Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. This is GiveUAnxiety, and I'm bringing you guys the ESOC Age of Empires Online tournament. This tournament is called ZutaZuta Classic. It is funded by ZutaZuta himself, and we're in the round of 8. This is a losers bracket, and this is a best of 5 between IAmSoldieR US versus Knightblood. So like I said, this is a losers bracket, so whoever loses this game, or whoever loses this series will be out of the tournament. So this is a big one. We're getting pretty far in the tournament. Really close. And I believe the winner of this, whoever wins this series, will actually lock up eighth place in the tournament, which means they'll win at least $25. So this is a really big series right here. And we have IAmSoldieR US playing as Greek down here in the bottom. He's already finding a hunt, and he's going for that hunt, so that's really nice when you can get that on Arabia. And Knightblood is playing as the Persians. He's a little more standard, starting storehouse on the berries, and now storehouse on the wood line here. Yep, everything should be good to go here. Alright, so Soldier did place the storehouse on his wood line, but kind of a mistake here. He's building a storehouse on this wood line, but it's a really poor wood line, very small one, so he's going to chop through that pretty quickly, and it can get sloppy really quickly. So he had a better wood line down here at the bottom. Usually that's where you'd build your storehouse, but this is maybe a little more easier to micro your villagers to the closest trees, so you have that slight advantage, but as I said, it's very thin, so he'll chop through that pretty quickly. And actually, Knightblood's built his storehouse kind of the same story. Woodline's really thin in this area, so maybe not. It would have been a little better if he had a storehouse right there, possibly. So Knightblood is building a storehouse on his stone mine already. So this is Arabia, pretty much the largest map in the game, or just about the largest. So he is going to be going for fast H2 town center. Oh wow, and we're seeing Soldier do something very different here. He's building a little bit of a forward barracks on Arabia, and it is a late barracks. So he's going to try to do a spearman rush on Arabia, it looks like, which is very non-standard. But he is now building a storehouse on his stone mine, and it also acts as a 2-for-1 storehouse, as it's going to be a very good storehouse for the stone mine, but also for the berry patch, so that's very nice. Alright, so Knightblood is now on his way to age 2. He has a lot of villagers on... Okay, this is actually interesting. He has a lot of villagers on wood. I think he... let's take a look at what Knightblood scouted. He did scout the barracks. So it looks like Knightblood is responding to that barracks and changing up his strategy. As you see, he stopped gathering stone, so now he's not going for a fast H2 town center. And it looks like he's going to be going for a very fast barracks or archer range in H2. Which is very interesting. It will shut down IAmSoldieR's rush, but by doing this archer range, it's going to cause the second TC to town center to be a lot later. So already interesting play. Usually you see both players just start fast H2 town center, especially on Arabia, but not this game. Very different. So we are seeing a few spearmen, and Knightblood is using his scout to slow down these spearmen also. Soldier's now on his way to H2. He's continuing to make some spearmen, and we do have this archer range coming down the back of Knightblood's base here. And he's not going back to stone at all yet. He's starting to build a storehouse on gold, so he'll be able to get at least a few longbows out. And Soldier is on stone. He's looking a little more standard. This actually could be a very good rush. Even if Soldier doesn't do any damage, he scared Knightblood so much to the point where Knightblood's not gathering stone for a second town center. So he's slowing down Knightblood's second town center significantly at this point. Even though he hasn't really done any damage, he just caused Knightblood to change up his strategy. And we're going to see how Knightblood... It already looks like Knightblood is overreacting to this rush and is a bit too scared to the point where he's spending a lot of resources on military units, even getting like a tent. And now he's just now went back to stone, so he will be going for a second TC. Take a look at Soldier. Wow, Soldier's actually going for a stable. So his second TC will be a little bit later also, and now he's building a storehouse, which is actually a pretty poor storehouse for his gold mine. It's it's kind of far from the gold mine. It's a bit too far. But Soldier is closing into that 300 stone, so he will be able to get his second town center after this stable, it looks like. Oh, and meanwhile, I didn't miss a little bit of engagement here. So the archers did go out for spearmen, but there are more spearmen, so the spearmen are actually taking them out. it looks like a couple spearmen went down, a couple longbows. Soldier did lose his scout, so I think it was a pretty even exchange right there, I believe. So Soldier does now have the stone for town center. Take a look at Knightblood. Knightblood getting close there, but he's not, doesn't need wood. He's still making longbows, so, or bowmen, I should say. And let's see, we do have one Seri on the field already. So Seri are very good versus archers, and yeah, without any spearmen, it can actually be a serious threat. If this one Seri Sulfurite moves in, he can do quite a bit of damage here, actually. Especially if there's a second one. So here we go. Very early engagements. Almost one hits him. Ooh, but he kind of backs up. So that's a little rough. He did, with only one, it's a little rough. Because now that damage is useless. It almost killed the bowman in one shot. But the bowman survived, and now it just got healed up by A10 all the way back to full HP. While the Seri Sulfurite did take like half of his health away is gone now. And we're still not seeing a second town center from Soldier quite yet. Let's take a look at Knightblood. No second TC from Knightblood either. He's actually building a barracks, so it looks like he is scared of those Seris. So he's be going for a to get more military rather than going for that second town center. All right, you guys let me know in chat really quick to make sure my mic, you guys can hear me fine. I'm pretty positive that you guys can, but just let me know if there's any issues or if everything sounds good. Soldier's house, so while he's housed, you don't want to have your town center idled, so he's researching loom upgrade, so it's going to increase his villagers' hit points by 40%, and just makes his town center doing something while he's housed. So that's good to mix into your play. So Soldier is now working on a second town center with only 2 villagers, so that's going to take a very long time to get built, but I mean they're going to build it efficiently, but it is going to take a long time to get up there. Alright, and this is actually bad engagement for Soldier. If he doesn't see this, he's going to lose his entire army here. He really needs to pull back. And this is going very poorly for Soldier. He's not responding in time, and yeah, he lost about his entire army there. It was a small army, but that was definitely a bad trade for Soldier. Let's take a look at villager counts. 28 for Knightblood and 26 for Soldier. So Knightblood's up in military and in villagers a bit right now. Let's see, Knightblood, did he place his second TC down? Oh, no, he did not place the set, so he's still on one town center. He really got scared from this rush. He gathered the 300 stone, but he's now placing 2 more military buildings rather than a town center. But he might be feeling like he can push in, and this could be scary for Soldier. Soldier cannot lose his cav like this. This is really bad. He's throwing away Seri Sulfurite expensive units and can't take these small engagements. He's trading units very poorly at this point. And this is actually going really rough for Soldier. Knightblood looking very strong with this push here. And Soldier does have a lot of his military buildings forward here, so if he does lose this base, that's a lot of resources and military buildings to lose. So Soldier is actually in a pretty scary spot right now. 32 villagers to 30. And Soldier just keeps having bad engagements. And his wood line is getting very sloppy, as I said, and it was a really bad job building his first storehouse on this wood line. So all of Knightblood's reinforcements are going to take a very long time to get here. Soldier's going to have the reinforcement advantage, but he's in a little bit of trouble here. If he uses Seri Sulfurite smart, he can snipe some of these bowmen while the spearmen are away. Can very quickly, attack these bowmen. And Soldier is stacking a lot of wood at this point. His resources are pretty off right now. And here we go. This is what I was talking about. Good attack by Soldier. Sniping these bowmen very well. Now he needs to get out. That was good. Now he has to get out. Okay, now he's starting to retreat. He took a little bit of hits there, but that's exactly what Soldier needs to do. He's just picking off the bowmen little by little. And now a little bit here too are only 2 Seris. And it's kind of making all these spearmen run away. So that's very good job by Soldier. Knightblood not focusing with his spearmen and having half of his army not engaged. So Soldier is now holding this very well. So that was a good job, just out microing Knightblood right there a bit. And that really saved Soldier there. He was in a scary spot, but just made Knightblood run all of his spearmen around. So bought him some much needed time. Alright, here's another big engagement. And there are a lot of spearmen, and now all the archers did get sniped to the ZutaZuta, so this is like just like a pure spearman army, and Soldier now has high pacifist to counter them, and some ZutaZuta. So now Knightblood is on the run. Let's see, do we have a second town center? Second town center is now going up for Knightblood. Turn up the sound a little bit. Alright, let's get a villager count. 38 villagers for Knightblood and 40 for Soldier. So Soldier does now have the villager advantage because he does have the second town center up quite a bit sooner than Knightblood did. But Soldier is behind in population by quite a bit, so it means Knightblood's army is just bigger at this point. And it's scary when you build your military buildings forward. If you fall behind in military population and you lose these military buildings, then that can be very scary because it can be costly to rebuild these. And we have a couple ZutaZuta running around on the map. Ooh, it looks like they might find these villagers, which will be a nice little raid. They're not the best raiders, but there are 3, so this will... And Knightblood very quick to respond, pulling his villagers back, but this villager will go down. There are now some AoEOs going to respond to the raid. Soldier doesn't want to lose his ZutaZuta. He's quickly just getting out there, not taking the risk of chasing those villagers even further. And we now have 42 villagers for Knightblood and 47 for Soldier. Soldier does have pretty early armory here. Wow, double armory very early, and he's getting the melee armor upgrade. Oh, and this is a very big engagement right here. Not sure if Soldier wants to take this. ZutaZuta, we're on the spearmen there for a little bit. There are a lot of high pacifists, and these other Seri are actually away. It's hard to say which way this fight's gonna go. There are a good amount of high pacifists, and if you get the Seris on the bowmen, then they can do some serious damage. But some of the Seris are stuck on these spearmen. And now here's the Seri flank. So now all of a sudden it's looking very good for Soldier, as Seri are coming in for this flank and be able to take these bowmen out pretty quickly. A lot of small engagements in this game. You don't really always see that in Age of Empires Online. A lot like these very early engagements, but a lot of small. Oh, and here's Knightblood's AoEO army that was away, and now they're gonna change the tide significantly. Looking very scary. Just like 8 of them showed up, and I don't think there's too many spearmen yet. Only like 2 spearmen for Soldier. So Knightblood is gonna clean this up. If those AoEOs were there in the original fight when the fight first started, it would have been a much different fight. Soldier initially won the fight, but then lost when these reinforcements came. And if they were there at the start, Soldier would have got destroyed in the fight. So Soldier is behind in population by a little bit here, and there are a lot of AoEOs, so it's gonna be a little scary dealing with these AoEOs. You need to get some spearmen out. And let's get a villager count. 46 villagers for Knightblood and 57 for Soldier. So Soldier is starting to take the villager lead by quite a bit, which is very important. And he is going with his very early armor upgrades. Ooh, Soldier does have quite a few idle villas though. And I think with these reinforcements, Defender's advantage, it looks like Soldier will be okay here. And 46 villagers for Knightblood, 58 for Soldier. So yeah, Soldier's really taking that vill lead now, and things could start snowballing for for Soldier, and if Knightblood doesn't catch up in the villager count there. Knightblood is floating a lot of wood here. He's now starting to throw down some farms and now doing double armory himself. There are already quite a bit of farms for Soldier here. He does have berries too though, so he's kind of going on these farms early. And I think this game was going much different from how Knightblood would have originally expected. Okay, Soldier, very strange non-metagame style of play, building a storehouse on this wood line, so that's interesting. I think he just wants to be able to build more forward military buildings here and take map control. And I guess he wants to have villagers that are here, so I don't know, he's going on this strange wood line. Very interesting. Yeah, but I was saying, I don't think Knightblood at the start of the game, he did not expect the game to go this way. He's playing Persia on Arabia, and the current metagame for Persia on Arabia is a lot of players like to do the fast stage 3 instead of paid labor, and boom with paid labor. But Soldier kind of changed it up by making a barracks in age 1, and really, I think, flipped Knightblood's strategy. What he thought he was going to do at the start of the game, I think is completely different from what he's doing. So he had to kind of respond to what Soldier was doing. So so that can always affect players. And Knightblood was starting to build a wall, but he realized he didn't have enough stone, so just wasn't able to really do much with this wall here. And well, okay, Knightblood is already building a market, which is very nice, getting those early markets, especially on a big map like Arabia. But Soldier does find this, so that's a good amount of knowledge to know that there's market there. That's, you know, important to know. And he's getting some more raids here, killing another villager. Just a few Seri, but the Astabars are not coming to respond to this. And with the Series, you really should just focus on one villager, because they do kill villagers pretty slowly. He's doing some separate damage on a few separate villagers here, but he did kill 2 villagers, which is very nice. Let's get a villager count: 62 villagers for Knightblood and 74 for Soldier. Ooh, some more Astabars coming around, try to trap them, get a little bit of a flank, do some more damage here. And the Greeks do not have any healing abilities in Age 2, so every little bit of damage you can do can be, you know, very nice and significant. So now Soldier is responding and pulling his entire army, see if he can trap these Astabars. And no, Knightblood is very quick to see this, so could have been risky, could have been bad if he got his Astabars snared by the spearmen. Oh, now the Astabars are coming around for a flank. Oh, and we have very big engagement here. And this, I don't know, this is a interesting one. There are a lot of bowmen for Knightblood, and Soldier's army just looks a bit smaller here. And Soldier's now going to Age 3. Knightblood does have more population. Little wall with the houses there. And Soldier does have the academy built, but no upgrades yet. And yeah, as you can see, this woodline was such a really poor woodline to start on. And just you see how efficiently the villagers are gathering. So Soldier doing some separate attacks here. This is interesting. This could go very good or it could go very bad, so it's hard to say. Let's see how this turns out. Well, Knightblood is now on his way to Age 3 also. And Soldier, he doesn't want to get his army separated from each other. He's got half of his army. Alright, he is now grouping them up, but there are so many bowmen, and this could be very bad for Soldier, actually. There are not that many Sir Sulfurai, and it looks like Knightblood is going to demolish Soldier's army here. As there are only about 6 more Sir Sulfurai left, and there are a lot of bowmen on the field still. And with Knightblood has defenders advantage with the reinforcements, so Knightblood is going to clean up Soldier's army here, and this was probably not the best engagement for Soldier to take. Soldier is now in Age 3. He did get both of his academy upgrades, so that's very nice. Villagers or his military units will train quicker, and any upgrades will be researched quicker. And now Soldier's building his 3rd town center in the middle of Arabia, which is a very interesting location to build it. And he does now have market up, very nice. So he's already starting the caravan route, which is very good. Let's take a look at Knightblood. Does he have any caravans? It doesn't look like he does. He did build this market quite a bit ago, but he has not made any caravans yet. Let's get a villager count: 69 villages for Knightblood to 88 for Soldier. So Soldier does have the economic lead by quite a bit, but he is behind in military by a lot. Well, not by a huge amount. They're pretty even. Population-wise, they're even, but Soldier is like 20 villages ahead, so his army is going to be quite a bit smaller right now, actually. Yeah, he is behind quite a bit. Soldier is floating quite a bit of resources, a little bit low on gold, and here we go, very big engagement. And this is actually really bad for Soldier. He needs to regroup, and he does not want to fight right here. This is very good. Ooh, but Knightblood is putting his Astabars on the spearmen, so that's a little rough. There are now some Peltas on the field, so they're going to be able to help out take down these bowmen. And ultimately, with defender's advantage, Soldier is going to hold this, but it's hard to say. I think this could have been another good engagement for Knightblood. It's a little hard to say. Knightblood is falling behind in economy, though, so he can't have even trades. He needs to start, you know, having good trades and not just only even trades. Ooh, and the Astabars are now finding some villagers, so Astabars is very good at raiding. Getting some raids in there. And a lot of spearmen are going down for Soldier right here. And we have 74 villagers for Knightblood to 96 for Soldier. Soldier does have a really strong economy at this point, but as you see, his queue is pretty much empty, and I think he's now realizing he doesn't have enough military buildings, and he just needs to queue up units. He has plenty of resources, but his Q's just pretty much empty. So his APM is being a little bit too slow here, and as you see, he's just not getting units out quick enough. But I think now he does queue up a bunch of units, so he is still in a leading position though in this game. And Knightblood is now starting to get his caravan route up, as he was starting to get a bit gold starved. He is claiming this gold mine in the middle of the map and putting a fortress in front of it, so that is good. That'll help his gold income. And Soldier's also gathering gold out in pretty much the middle of the map. Soldier has a pretty decent caravan route at this point, so some more ass bars are coming in for a raid, and Soldier's using his villagers to punch them. But ass bars are tanky. You need to really get some. Okay, he's now sending his Sulfuri over there, and these ass bars are doing a lot of damage here to these villagers. Alright, villager count 80 villagers to 98. We do have a siege workshop going down for Knightblood. And okay, Knightblood, I believe he just built his third town center. He's at 180 population now. Population wise, they're both pretty much even. Ooh, very nice raid from Soldier right here, finding these villagers on this gold mine and raiding with 7 Sulfuri, taking out these villagers. Very nice. There are 4 S bars that are coming to respond to this raid. And we do have upgrade walls from Knightblood, so that's nice. Just has that one layer, and then this part is open. So Knightblood's base is a little more well walled up and easier to kind of defend from raids. And we do have fortress going up for Soldier right here on this gold mine also. So actually this gold mine is about to run out of resources, but I guess he will get a little bit of map control and kind of claim this gold mine with this fortress. And Knightblood is now moving in on this town center. Ooh, and there's a battering ram coming behind them. So Soldier's at 180 population now though, so he does have a lot of military on the field. Where is his entire army? He does have a lot of spearmen here and some tokes, and his oh wow, he's actually sending his cavalry out to raid, and he doesn't really want to lose his town center. He does have some villagers here, so he could start to repair. But Soldier checking this gold mine, and villagers are not there. And Soldier does have all armory upgrades in H3, so he does have a lot of resources right now. He's looking pretty strong, and he's just trying to raid with his cavalry armory, it looks like, instead of defending. But he really should come back here. He has these villagers here. He could repair this town center, and oh, he's going to repair it right now. Oh, they're idled. You gotta repair it. He does not repair it in time, so that town center does go down. And Soldier is falling in population by a lot. He has a ton of resources, but as you see, once again, his bank his queue is just completely empty. He's focusing on these raids a bit too much, and his entire cavalry army did get cleaned up there. But as you see, Knightblood's bank is very low at this point. Yeah, very low. And if you look at Soldier's, his is incredibly high. So if Soldier stabilizes and can re-max, then he'll be in a winning position. Because he just has much more resources. Oh, Knightblood's actually on his way to H4, so a lot of his resources are in that age up right now. And meanwhile, Soldier's not going to H4. We do have a battering ram being trained for Soldier. Okay, Soldier making some proxy siege workshops. Very interesting. Honestly. And here we go. We have a big engagement here. Ooh, there are a lot of Tagabar on the field for Knightblood. They are ranged units that counter other ranged units. And Soldier's military population is just falling behind. As I keep saying, he has the resources to be maxed pop at 180, but he's struggling to do that. And his units are not coming out dying like as they're getting created. They're coming out one by one, and they just keep dying. So Soldier needs to throw down a lot more military buildings and just regroup with his army. Soldier taking some pretty poor engagements here at this point. There's a battering ram attacking this fortress, but that doesn't really do much. And Knightblood is Oh, okay, he's gonna be in H4 pretty soon though, so it can be scary. Once he's H4, he could get he could make Pound-Tones, he could have Immortal Champions, he can make War Wagons, so he's gonna have some access to some scary units once he's in H4, and he's in H4 now. Soldier is now also aging up to H4 himself. He's still behind in population by quite a lot. He does still have a pretty good bank, but he's losing units little by little for no reason really. And he does have this gold mine back here, so that's going to be important. The gold is going to be important late game. Okay, he's still gathering gold here. But both players look like they have pretty good caravan routes established at this point. And Knightblood's at 180 population, while Soldier's sitting at only 149, and with only 2 units in queue. And if he keeps taking these engagements, he's just going to continue to lose, and this is starting to look a little scary for Soldier. He is in H4, but he's just not making units, and he's losing every fight. He's losing fight after fight for no reason, really. He is researching saddlebags to increase his gold trade by 20%, so that's very good. It's going to be very important here. If Soldier's economy can hold on, then I think he can be in an okay spot and win this game. But if he keeps having these really bad engagements, then maybe not. Very nice raid from Soldier though, going for these caravans. Very good raiding target, so this is going to help him a lot. And forcing Knightblood to pull back a good portion of his army, and already killing 3 caravans, which is 4 caravans, which is hugely significant. Caravan costs 50 food and 50 wood trained, and they're also going to be holding gold. So it's huge. Whenever you can kill caravans, very good targets to raid. He's now focusing down these Asbar, which he should just go back for caravans. And we have 101 villagers to 95. It's 200 pop for Knightblood though, while Soldier's at 135 and just struggling to get up there. He's not making military units from any building right now. Not sure what he's really doing, and he could be making some ballistas, but he's now queuing up some hoplites. But yeah, I mean, his military population is just very far behind. And these battering rams are doing a lot of damage. Knightblood's army is starting to dwindle down himself, and Soldier is actually holding off here. While that small little Sarasota raid forced Knightblood to bring back all these Asbars, 10 Asbars, which are, you know, very huge portion of his army. And this is a very close game. Knightblood running up a lot of villagers here, 14 forward villagers, so let's see what they're doing. If they're going to go for a fortress or siege workshops. And it's 1 Pound-Tones now, 2 Pound-Tones are firing away. Building fortress over here. Soldier is pretty good upgrades here. He does have his already H4 Pierce armor. So Knightblood's giving Soldier time right now, and that's exactly what Soldier needs. As you see, pretty much this entire game looks like Soldier's APM hasn't been very well, and he's struggling to remax. You know, he has a huge bank of resources, but he just is very slow to training units, and just not enough military buildings. So Knightblood's sitting back and really giving Soldier time, which is what he needs. Knightblood had a really good opportunity there to push. And even this is going to be a bad engagement for Soldier again. He's going to continue to take these poor engagements. He's just, yeah, I mean, these are Immortals right here. 9 Immortals versus like a pure Hoplite army. He does have numbers here, so he might actually win, but now the Asbars are coming in. And yeah, I mean, Soldier's just trying to take fights when he's at 150 population for somebody that's at 200 population. So he's having very bad fight after fight. If he didn't have a superior economy this game, Soldier would have lost a long time ago. Every fight he's took has been very bad this game, pretty much. And as you see, his military buildings are idled, and he's sitting at 40 population. He's now realizing, he's got to throw down a bunch of military buildings. He has a huge bank of resources, but he's just struggling. He hasn't been over like 150 population in the last like 5 minutes or so, while Knightblood's at like 200 population the entire time. So Knightblood's at 103 villagers to 104 villagers for Soldier. Soldier does have the was that Pierce armor and melee armor H4 upgrades. This could be bad if Soldier takes another engagement here. He's going to be fighting, you know, at 170 population to 200, and he really needs. He does have some counter units, but I mean, he's fighting below population once again. He might actually be okay here, as he does have a lot of counter units, and I'm not sure where all of there are some other units for Knightblood, you know, on other areas of the map, and he does take down the Palanton. So this was a decent engagement for Soldier. Actually might have won here. Definitely not as bad as the other ones. Oh wow, now you're seeing Knightblood struggle for gold. Nobody on gold. He does have 2 markets and a decent caravan route. It looks like probably not as many as Soldier does. And Soldier's okay on gold. He's got about 1500. Knightblood's running low, and that's a huge thing in late game. And now he's just barely rebuilding his 4th town center, but he hasn't needed that extra population because he's been struggling to remax. And it looks like Soldier's finally stabilizing. After it was looking really bad, after it was looking kind of bad for Soldier for a while, where he was just taking horrible engagement after horrible engagement, he is stabilizing, and he's now back to max population. So I think Soldier's in a good position now to win this game. His Soldier's economy has allowed him to hang on in this game. Wow, and look at this, Knightblood building a wonder. Very interesting. So Knightblood starting a wonder, and wonder does cost a lot of resources, 1,000 wood, 1,000 gold, and 1,000 stone. So that 1,000 gold is, you know, kind of significant. But if Soldier, you know, if that wonder gets built, and then there'll be a 10-minute timer, and if that timer finishes, Knightblood will win the game. But that's still a very long time, so. Soldier's now engaging. Both of them are at about 200 population here. And not really the best engagement for Soldier here. He is starting to make hip cons, which is good. Very good unit. And he's starting to make his H4 units. Kind of finally transitioning into an H4 army, but he did lose his fight here kind of poorly. But Soldier does have the huge bank. That's the story of this game. Knightblood, small amount of resources, or not small, but not as many, and Soldier had a huge bank, but just not enough military buildings. But it looks like he's finally stabilizing and getting to the point where he does have enough military buildings, and he's making a lot of hip cons, which are going to be very good. And if you look at Knightblood's army, he doesn't really have a whole lot to counter hip cons in his army. He has a few mounted archers. His entire army is pretty small. He's at 176 population, but a lot of his army is going to be sieged too. So he is now queuing up some mounted archers, so that's going to help deal with the hip cons. But once a good amount of hip cons get on the field, it could be pretty scary for Knightblood. And we do have some forward siege workshops coming on for Soldier. And now Soldier's researching champion, Hipcon champion, so Hipcons will be cost 1 less population than they do currently, and this upgrade costs 1,200 gold. So they currently cost 3 population. Once that upgrade is completed, they will be cost 2 population, and Hipcons are now moving in for a raid. Ooh, but there are a lot of mounted archers to respond to this. And those Hipcons die pretty quickly. And oh wow, okay, so there's only 4 villagers building this wonder. Very interesting. So that wonder is going to take quite some time. It's about halfway actually. It was started a long time ago. And this is funny. This is very back and forth. This could come down to a wonder game. This could be the first game in the tournament that is decided by a wonder. It'll be interesting to see if that happens. That Palanton does go down. And at this point, both players are having very large banks, so it's getting kind of scary, because once both players have very large banks, they're going to be back and forth battles where wonders do look very good. And just some more forward military buildings coming down from Knightblood. Ooh, and this is interesting, throwing down 2 war academies. So that's making me think that he might be going for priest. And he's now making some cataphracts champions. There are a lot of gas, and there's the wonder. 10 minutes, and Soldier's gotta be feeling the panic at this point. If he does not kill that wonder in 10 minutes, he loses the game. We have 107 villagers for Knightblood and 107 for Soldier, so even villager counts. And Soldier's been struggling to kind of move quickly, and so if he doesn't start stepping up his pace, he could lose to this wonder. He has tons of resources. He could, pull 30 villagers and start, building 10, 15 forward stables and military buildings, whereas units will get, made instantly and be in the fights instantly. So here we go. We have a big engagement. A lot of Gastrofets and some cavalry, a couple ballista, and War Wagon is trying to get onto the ball of archers. Oh, and just that one shot did quite a lot of damage to the Gastrofets, but the ballistas do snipe it. But all of a sudden, there's just a lot of cavalry for Knightblood, and Soldiers once again struggling to make units. So Knightblood's just won this engagement, and he's still got his wonder up taken away. Let's take a look at the armories. Soldier still has 2 upgrades that he can research. At this point, you really should have every armory upgrade. And take a look at Knightblood's. Where was his armories? Knightblood has getting his very last 2 upgrades. And we do have Forward Fortress coming down. So this is what Soldier needs to do. He needs to pull like a ton of villagers and just start building forward buildings. So he looks like he's starting to do that a little bit. Building fortress is his first step. Because he does need, okay, he's building another fortress, so this is good. He could even pull, like, he has so many resources that he should really just pull like 30 villagers at least, and just make tons and tons of forward military buildings. Ooh, and this pound tons of it. Take down that fortress right away as it was getting built. There are a lot of Gastrofets on the field now, and some Hipcons, and there's some idle villagers here. And Soldier's gonna have to start stepping up, picking up the pace, but as you look, this wonder, okay, there's one layer of walls here, so the wonder's not protected too well, just a single layer of wall. So even if you can get some Hipcons through, they could take out the wonder. And now Knightblood's actually struggling to max out, as he's sitting at 173 population while Soldier's at about 200. They both have the resources to be maxed, and Soldier now making Palanton, making some more forward fortresses. And we're approaching 7 minutes on the wonder. Very intense game here, and this Palanton is about to go down for Knightblood. 2 more Palantons over here. Another fortress is going up for Soldier. It's constantly rebuilding those fortresses. It looks like, okay, he did get 1 more armor upgrade, so he needs to get this other one just by the stone, and so he can already have that upgrade. Soldier's just continuing to try to build these fortresses, with only like at this point 7 villagers, which is nothing. He has absolutely insane banks, and at this point it's getting scary. Where you could honestly, he has so many resources that he could delete like half of his villagers, and that way he could have like 50 villagers and be max pop 200 with an insane army. Like, he has insane banks of resources that he should be pulling like 30 to 40 villagers to make forward military buildings. And if he doesn't start doing that soon, I don't know if he's gonna be able to break through and take that wonder out in time. Starting to build more military buildings, but let's see how many villagers. Pulling only 5 villagers. Really should just, pull like almost every villager. And just back and forth engagements here. Both players are pretty much maxed at like 200 pop the entire time here. Looks like Soldier is pushing a little bit here. And the wonder is 5 minutes and a half, so it's getting pretty scary. And I'm surprised Knightblood's not starting to make tons of walls. He could be making a lot of walls to protect this wonder much more, but looks like he's just focusing on the the fights here. So I mean, both players struggling a little bit. At this point, you shouldn't have two units queued up in any military building. They should just be 1 single unit, and they should all be right on the front line. See, Soldier, nope, still needs to get that last armor upgrade. Ooh, this is getting a little scary for Knightblood actually. As you see, his bank's starting to run pretty low. He's only at 400 wood, and his gold's getting a little bit low, while Soldier can continue to do these exchanges for a very long time. So if Knightblood's resources don't pick up soon, he could be in a scary spot actually. But we are about to be at 4 minutes and a half on this wonder, so that clock is starting to get very serious. And there are a lot of caravans, so as you see, just a second ago, you know, he was low gold, and now he's at 2,000, so the resources do still come in very quickly. And it's looking scary for Soldier. Both players are at 200 population, but that timer is taken away. And at this point, you need to start really deleting villagers or doing something different, making some big moves. Soldier now finally getting his last upgrades from stable and some from barracks. So one more armor upgrade, and we're under 4 minutes for the wonder. He hasn't even attempted to run any hipcons through, and at this point, if you just got like 20 hipcons, you could run. And you're starting to get a good count of hipcons actually, and you're very big engagement right here. So let's see how this one turns out. This could go very good for Soldier, as I think he's gonna win this engagement pretty good here. It's hard to say. There are a lot of cataphracts also though. Soldier is population staying up at 200 now, while Knightblood's at 170. So this is going pretty good for Soldier, but that wonder is now approaching under 3 minutes and a half. And there's this fortress which just takes out these gas threats incredibly quickly. And yeah, Soldier once again, he won, but he's making battering rams. He's at, you know, military units are just coming out very slowly, and he's now making hipcons, which are actually going to get countered by the cataphracts. So yeah, this is looking very poor. And Soldier, if he just got like 20 hipcons or 20 or 30, finally he's going for the walls. So here we go. We have some battering rams taking out these walls. Okay, built some forward siege workshops. Okay, that's why he was making battering rams. So very good. This is going to be very close. There's nothing else protecting this wonder. He needs to run his hipcons there. Hipcons actually do quite a bit of damage to buildings. So you need everything. That timer is getting very serious. And now Knightblood sees this real threat, so he's going to respond quickly to that threat. And yeah, he's been probably going to pull his units here. And this is getting very intense. Approaching 2 minutes. These rams need to go directly to the wonder. Oh my gosh, and he's attacking military buildings. This is not what you want to do when there's 2 minutes left. Soldier is staying at about 200 pop, while Knightblood, I mean, he's sticking around 200 pop also here. And, oh, this is getting scary. Soldier, you do see the wonder. It shows it in your line of sight. Yeah, I don't know if he forgot where it is. There should be a... Oh, it's kind of in the corner of the map. I think there's usually a big star, but it might be hard for him to see. I'm not sure. But these battering rams are actually starting to do quite a bit of damage. But now all these cavalry are coming, and they're going to pretty much take these battering rams out pretty quickly. And now the walls are coming down, and this is very bad for Soldier. And we're approaching a minute and a half, and Soldier has half of his army idle just sitting here. These hipcons could all be at the wonder right now. And the walls are coming down very quickly, and here are the battering rams. If they can quickly get through, they might be able to take it out. Where, I don't know, it's hard to say. Minute left. Oh, these walls do get up. I think there was a gap for them to get through, but the walls do get up. Soldier's attacking, but why is he sending his hipcons there? He needs to go to the wonder. There's a minute left, and a few rams. Oh, there's another layer of walls. There are 3 rams here trying to get in. But now the cavalry are responding, and these rams are about to drop in a little bit. And we're now under a minute left, and Soldier is looking like he has nothing he can do. And disappointing. He's still at 87 villagers. And it looks like he's going to lose to this wonder, which is going to be very funny. And good play from Knightblood. Looks like this is going to be the first wonder win of the tournament. And Soldier just not responding properly to this. He had everything. He could have done everything to kill the wonder and win, but he's attacking random buildings. He's not focusing the wonder. He's still fighting over here. I'm not really sure what is going through his mind here. And we're at 20 seconds. Continuing to take out town centers when he's about to lose in 15 seconds. And there's the GG. Soldier does not let the wonder finish, but that is the first wonder win. And wow, first wonder win of the game. With Soldier floating, he might complain that it's not, you know, a lot of players don't like losing to Wonder, but when you're floating, let's see, how many resources? 17,000 plus another 10,000, that's about 27,000 plus 5,000. That's like 30,000 resources. When you're floating that many resources, you deserve to lose. But I mean, Knightblood's floating a ton of resources too. There could have been 15 stables here. There could have been 15 stables here. Like 10 siege workshops, 10 siege workshops. But he just didn't have the APM to keep up with the fast resource income. And Knightblood takes game 1. Alright, Soldier picks Mountain Crossing for game 2. Not get a veto. Wow, that was an intense one. Jesus. This is going to be tough to... And I'll be right back. Wow, that was a crazy game 1. Jeez. Very good one to start off the series. Hope you guys really enjoyed that. A first Wonder win. Oh, we actually have a pretty small crowd watching. Man, it was such a good game to watch too. It is late, so I think the Europeans are asleep. Alright, and we're getting underway in game 2 here. Alright, Knightblood versus IAmSoldieR US. Happening into game 2. Knightblood did win game 1, so he's up 1-0 in this best of 5. Soldier does choose Mountain Crossing as game 2. Soldier is playing as the Persians, while Knightblood is playing as the Celts. So you do not want to go down 2-0 on a best of 5. So let's see how what Soldier can do this game, if he can pull out a win here, or if Knightblood can take the 2-0. And let's see, Soldier is gathering from these close trees, not building a storehouse on wood, and he does build a dock on his back pond, which will also act as a storehouse for the wood line. So very smart, very good. And Knightblood doing the same exact thing. So both players mirroring each other right now. And we do have this neutral pond in the bottom of the map this time. It sometimes spawns on the top and sometimes in the bottom. Knightblood running another villager here. Not sure if that was a mistake. Oh, nope, probably just going for this wood line. So the villager was idle for a second there, but he's going building the dock now and going to be gathering wood. And Soldier already queuing up that first fishing boat, so he is beating Knightblood. And actually, Knightblood's docks do cost. Really cost They both cost 150. Do Persians start with a little bit extra wood, I believe? I forgot. There's a lot of balance changes throughout the Age of Empires Online history. I think Persians might still start with a little bit more wood because Soldier is getting his first fishing boat out quite a bit sooner. So that's very nice for him. Ooh, Knightblood does have idle TC right now. Okay, just fix it. So, Persians versus Celt, very interesting matchup. We do have 2 fishing boats being queued up from both players now in their back pond. And even a third one being queued up for Soldier. Knightblood is choosing to gather from these berries without a storehouse, so this allows him to get his fishing boats quicker though. And Soldier's actually doing the same thing. And Soldier looks like his berries are a little bit closer to his town center, so that's a little bit less walking time. Just kind of lucked out there. And Soldier's now building a storehouse on his stone mine, so he's going to be going for a fast H2 town center. And Knightblood is now building a house. The Celts do have to build 3 houses before they can advance their H2, but their age up only costs 300 food, while most other civs cost 200 food and 200 wood. Knightblood is now queuing up a 3rd fishing boat, while Soldier already has his 3 fishing boats out. Oh, Soldier queuing. Oh, nope, canceled. I think he had a 4th one in the queue for a second. And now Knightblood is building a storehouse on his stone mine, so he's going to be going for a fast H2 town center himself. Soldier's on his way to H2, so it looks like his timing and everything is going to be quite a bit quicker here than Knightblood. Knightblood's actually really far from even going up to H2, and as you see, he's now overgathering wood at this point. So his age up, he's now queuing up a 4th fishing boat, but he needs 300 food to go to H2. So his H2 timing is going to be pretty late here, while Soldier is H2 is going to be pretty good, and he's approaching that 300 stone, and he's a little bit behind on wood, but as soon as he gets that 300 stone, and there goes, he switches his stone villagers to wood. So pretty much as soon as he hits H2, he's going to have the resources to build his 2nd town center, which will be very nice. And Knightblood's still in H1, still queuing up villagers, so he is pretty far off from H2, while Soldier hits H2, and he researches handsaw right away, and also researching netlures. So very good, very smart player now. Researching netlures will slow down his 2nd TC a little bit, but he's going to be getting that 2nd town center pretty soon now. Oh, and he did build a storehouse on this hunt over here. So Soldier looking like actually building a couple houses here. He does need at least 1, so yeah, maybe a 2nd also, I suppose. Yeah, Soldier getting a lot of eco upgrades, even a tent, so. And now Knightblood's just now on his way to H2, and oh wow, as you see, he's actually overgathering stone by a lot, already at 330, and he has a lot of villagers on stone. If he doesn't, building a barracks. So very interesting. Ooh, Knightblood is building a dock on this middle pond, which is huge. Having this neutral pond is a huge boost to your economy. But Knightblood, forgetting about his stone villagers, and he's going to be overgathering stone by a lot here. And he really needs to switch some to wood, or a different resource. So we're going to see how much Knightblood overgathers stone there. And here we go. Soldier is now building a 2nd town center with 4 villagers. A little bit low, but I mean, that's an okay amount, I suppose. Oh wow, Knightblood actually building walls, so he's really scared of early pressures. Soldier plays very not unstandard and goes for the early pressure. So Knightblood was actually gathering some extra stone to allow him to build this wall here, which is very interesting. And he needed even a watch post. So Knightblood's 2nd town center is going to be quite a bit later. So I think Soldier's looking good. Actually the big thing though is Knightblood does have this middle pond, so that is going to be really big. But he's still on 1 TC. Soldier's 2nd town center is about to get built, and he is now building a stable. Knightblood is playing as the Celtic civilization right here, and IAmSoldieR US is playing as the Persians. Soldier's 2nd town center does get built, and he's now building a barracks and a stable. But here we go. Oh wow, and even a guard tower going down from Knightblood, so he's really wants to make sure he has this middle pond. That's smart. I mean, it is. This having this pond is huge boost to your economy. But there wasn't any threat, but he did still decide to spend the only 150 resources for the guard tower, so not a whole lot, but that's going to help him establish this middle pond, which is very good. And now we have Knightblood's second town center coming down right by these berries and wood line right here. So villager count 32 villagers for Knightblood to 30 for soldiers. So soldiers actually behind vills, maybe partially because of this pond here. Knightblood throwing down a lot of watch posts. Really wants to have a lot of vision early. Is he scared of soldiers' crazy tactics? And soldier already researching Spar champion, so it looks like he's gonna want to make a lot of Spar, which is actually insane. I think soldiers. Oh, actually, wait, no, it's not that crazy. What am I thinking? I'm thinking like Norse. Never mind. Spar bars do tank range damage, so it's not that bad because you would expect slingers from the Celts. So Spar bars will be able to tank a lot of slinger shots. 38 villagers for Knightblood to 37 for soldier. Soldiers throwing down his archer range, 2 stables, 2 barracks, and an archery range. But this middle pond going uncontested, it's going to be rough for soldier to keep up an economy with 3 fishing boats on this middle pond here. And now even a 4th, so yeah, Knightblood's economy is going to be very strong. We do have a Sacred Grove going down for Knightblood, and an archer range, and a barracks. Another archer range. Soldier does have a pretty nice army right now, and he might have a window to push in. And here we go, the ice bars are now on the move. They're finding one long swordsman. I'm going to take him out very easily. And a lot of villagers on this gold mine. Sacred Grove is up, so here we go. Ice bars having some good targets to raid. There are a few spearmen out here. Ice bars very quickly killed one villager, and they're getting out of there. They did take some damage, but nice little pickup. 49 villagers for Knightblood to 45 for soldier, and as you see, soldiers slipping in idle villas right there a little bit for the idle town centers. So he's falling behind, falling behind in villagers a little bit, going for that really early armor again and early farms. And wow, Knightblood going age 3, so this is huge. This will give soldiers a window to push in, but if he doesn't see it, and as you see, his resources are his macro is pretty far off right now, floating 1,200 food, very low on wood. He's underestimating how good these fishing boats are, I think, and he's just having too many villagers on food. 54 villagers to 49 only, so soldier falling behind in villager production here. Has tons of food, but he's slipping up a little bit, and he's house right now, so that's part of the issue right there. He does have a good sized army though, so if he can move in right now, he might be able to do quite a bit of damage. And he's now moving in with his army, so he's gonna have a chance to catch Knightblood here as Knightblood's advancing to H3. And here we go, 2 S bars are gonna find these villagers, very nice, and then the rest of Soldier's army is picking off a few units here for free, very good. So this is what Soldier needs. Knightblood also floating quite a bit of resources here, and just about houses himself. Some nice little S bar raids, killing a couple villagers. Very good raids coming from soldiers, so now we have 54 villagers to 54. S-bar raids are able to even them up, and now soldier's going H3 himself. Very interesting. S-bars are able to take out this watch post. Knightblood just sitting in his base, and now he's making Wold Raiders, so S-bars can't handle Wold Raiders, but Wold Raiders can get pretty scary. Ooh, the S-bars are running in. Soldier, oh boy, pulling them back just in time. Looks like he was almost suiciding them in the army. These 2 S-bars actually cleaning up quite a bit, that watch post and then a storehouse, and if they get this wall, they did quite a lot of damage, and a few villagers. Alright, 57 villagers to 56. Both players just really floating lots of resources. Need to get a little better with their macro. Could have, you know, much higher populations at this point if they're a little bit more on top of things. But yeah, look at this pond for Knightblood. Very nice. 4 fishing boats still going at it, and these 2 SBRs are going to take out this wall, so that's really nice. Take out this entire wall, and this is this one tiny segment, and they actually are going for it. And we do have SBR champion being researched. Population wise, soldiers falling a little bit behind, but they're just about even. And looks like Knightblood might be ready to move out here. Ooh, and the bulk of soldiers' force is right here. And these World Raiders are getting ready to charge in. But this, I don't know, they might charge on the archers, but if they get taken out, World Raiders are fairly expensive. 35 food and 50 gold, and yeah, all those Wood Raiders did get killed. I mean, they did kill some archers, but it's hard to say if that was worth it. It looks like the archer count did actually dwindle really quickly there. That might have been pretty even trade, I suppose. And here we go, Knightblood's trying to chase him down. And villager count, 61 villagers for Knightblood to 62 for Soldier. And Soldier does now have some mortal camps, so throwing down 3 mortal camps. And here we go, very big engagement, and this could get scary. Soldiers, about even populations actually. There are some druids in the back here, so this is very important engagement. And this could be a game-deciding fight here. See which way this fight goes. It's hard to say. It looks like I think Knightblood is gonna. Actually, it's very hard to say. These barbars are now taking a ton of damage from these slingers. So much damage being tanked. Really back and forth fight. And these barbars actually, they take so much damage. It looked like Knightblood was winning, but then kind of stabilizing. But now it's looking like Knightblood's gonna win this engagement again. There are now some mortals on field, and Soldier's actually up in population, but I think most of his population might be in Q, because it does look like Knightblood has a larger army right now. Ooh, Soldier's falling very low on gold though. That is not good. He does have some villagers on gold. Where is he? Oh, he's going for this very far gold mine. He does have some other gold. Okay, even the home gold he still has a little bit left. And then, okay, I think he does see this gold mine. So, still these 2 idle SBR. Populations are pretty even. Villager count 71 villagers for Knightblood and 68 for Soldier. So we're having very even game once again, and as you see, these 2 players are very evenly matched. So this is looking like a very good series, and there are quite a lot of farms going up for Knightblood there, and might have a very big engagement here once again. And the mortal count is starting to get pretty high, which is very good for Persians. But Soldier once again just throwing units away and fighting with half of his army, and actually still not retreating. So now he is committing to the fight, but he wasn't really fighting with all of his units at the start there. There are still 13 mortals though, so mortals are very strong. So they might be able to hold off here, and a lot of mortals coming back. So 3 mortal camps, very good. And now Knightblood's actually struggling for gold as he's under 100 gold. And Soldier is about even engagements, really, just back and forth engagements. Take a look at Knightblood. He is, ooh, this gold mine's about to run out, and that might be all of his gold villagers. If he, oh nope, he is on a gold mine over here. And Soldier going out on the map to gather these gold mines, which is very good, and actually starting to build a market, which is good, thinking about the late game. And then we have 77 villagers for Knightblood to 74 for Soldier. Ooh, Knightblood is now going to build a gold mine on this far gold mine. And we have 2 SBRs attacking this gold mine, so, but here we go. We do have the horsemen coming to kill these SBR. And still these 4 fishing boats, just huge boost in Knightblood's economy. 83 villagers for Knightblood to 77 for Soldier. Okay, now we do have the markets being built for Knightblood, but there's not a good town center for them to go to. Ooh, trying to build a fortress, but Soldier just sees it right away. But these horsemen are finding Zest Bar. Oh, might have a very big engagement here. Looks like the two armies are about to run into each other, and Soldier is maxed at 180 pop, so I think he is picking up his APM this game. Is maybe just more games he's playing, he might be getting a little better each game, because he's not the most active player, but he was a very good player back in the day. He's still a good player, but his APM just looked very slow in game 1. So the more he's playing here, he might be speeding up. And there are a lot of Immortals on the field here, 27, so this can be challenging for the Celts to deal with so many Immortals. And a couple Siege Workshops coming down even. And Knightblood getting in a scary spot now. He's floating a lot of wood, but low on food and gold. Oh, but Soldier's half of his army's gotta get him over there. He looks like he's looking at his markets now. Already establishing his caravan route, which is very good. While Knightblood does have his markets, but he doesn't have a town center to send them to, really. If you look, all 3 town centers are right next to each other, and they're very close to his markets. What? I'm busy. What? Well, I might go out in like an hour or 2. Yeah. Alright, so some more back and forth engagements, and that immortal count is getting very high for Soldier. 27 immortals. 91 villagers for Knightblood to 80 for Soldier, so Soldier really stopped on villager production. He does have some caravans though, while Knightblood does not have any caravans, so that is the one big difference. Knightblood is still going out on the map for the gold though. But yeah, once his villagers run out of gold mines, it's going to get scary. And Knightblood's actually aging to age 4 right now, which could be a bad decision as he's low population and spent a lot of resources to advance. And this one ram's kind of sucks. Soldier should have let the ram go on first rather than his army, as the ram's getting blocked here. So you're not thinking about the pathing there. And we do have 2 more rams though. As this is looking like a pretty scary push from Soldier, and once again you gotta move that army so that ram can get in. There we go. I guess before, yeah, before. Well, yeah, sure. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be busy for like next hour. Alright, well I'm gonna be doing stuff for the next like hour or 2. Come on, I'll grab some. Alright, Knightblood is now age 4 and he is making some champions. While Soldier is continuing to push here. Ram's taking out some military buildings, but looks like Knightblood is starting to hold this push off. Soldier's banks, both players' banks are not pretty low at this point. Looks like they're both doing a bit better job macro in this game. And here we go, we have these big bad champions on the field with the giant hammers they're holding. Oh, the Rams are getting in. Still more Rams coming. And but I'm not sure if they're doing a whole lot of damage. It might not be. I'm not sure if they're cost effective. They do only cost 150 wood and 30 gold only though. And they can tank quite a bit of damage also. So Rams are getting back on the town center. There are a couple villagers repairing it though. We have 97 villagers for Knightblood and 87 for Soldier. Let's take a look at that caravan route. Pretty decent, actually pretty good for Soldier. While Knightblood is 0 caravans, and once his gold mines run out, he's going to be in a very scary position. And Soldier's actually pushing here, winning. And Knightblood's actually already in a scary position, but now he is queuing up some Carpentums and very strong units, but wants to really retreat and group up his army rather than fight with, you know, 1 unit at a time. And Soldier's looking very strong here, pushing in with a lot of Rams continuing to come in. Soldier looking like he might be able to take this game too. Knightblood struggling to reinforce his army. Rams continuing to just do massive damage. Wolf Raiders are getting on these Rams now though. But just more and more Rams coming in. And now House is going down. Town Center, well, it's still quite a bit of HP, but... And there's the GG. Knightblood calls the GG. So Soldier takes game 2, making this series even at 1-1. Alright, Knightblood choosing Big Island for game 3. And we not see a veto from Soldier. Very even series so far. Very intense series. Losing my voice trying to cast this. Alright, and we are going into game 3, Knightblood versus IAmSoldieR US in the best of 5. And yeah, like I said, winner of this series will lock up at worst, I believe, 8th place in the tournament, which will get them a $25 prize. And the loser of this will just be eliminated, and they will not claim any prize in this tournament. So this is actually a really big series. Basically a $25 series right here at the least. And so we have IAmSoldieR US playing as Greeks, up well to the left here, I suppose, and Knightblood playing as the Persians. We are playing on Big Island. Oh, let me check the spawn super quick because it can sometimes be unfair, but it looks like everything's pretty fine. There's a decent line for everybody, it looks like. Alright, so Knightblood starting with a very early dock, and the series is tied 1-1 right now. And Soldier's also going for the very early dock himself. Knightblood sending villagers together from the wood line that's near the dock. Interesting. So they won't be gathering super efficiently, but will allow them to get a fishing boat out sooner. There's not spending resources on a storehouse. And Soldier's deciding to gather from the couple trees that are right next to his hunt. Knightblood does also have a couple trees that are close to his hunt also. So pretty mirrored strategies actually once again, just like game 2. And Soldier's quicker on that first fishing boat once again. People in the chat saying, I wonder what Soldier will pick, expecting Soldier to go Greek. It's known his favorite civ selection. And there are some cows on this map, so Soldier does find a couple cows, always nice, and he's now building a storehouse on this backwood line. While Knightblood's not deciding to build that storehouse, he does have pretty decent wood line right here to gather from, and this right, close to his dock. He's able to queue up a second fishing boat sooner. So not a whole lot here. Both players just making fishing boats, and actually it is interesting because you could go for fast age up and make like triremes and try to win C, but instead they're going for at least a couple fishing boats in age 1. Soldier does have an empty queue, and he is now going to age 2. Knightblood is now building a storehouse on his stone mine, and he's now building a storehouse on the wood line here, so the villagers don't have to walk quite as far. And 3 fishing boats compared to 2. Soldier also building a storehouse on his stone mine, and it's very nice right next to his berries too. So looks like both players are going to be going for fast age 2 town center. Ooh, yeah, one villager walking far. Oh wow, actually building a storehouse. Another very sloppy storehouse is kind of seen lately. Not sure if it's rust or what, but soldier storehouses are very bad in kind of recent games. Building it on the very corner of the wood line, gonna be a very inefficient storehouse very soon. I mean, he was doing a really good job with his like stone line berry storehouses where he's getting the 2-for-1s, but his like wood the easiest storehouses, which would be on a wood line, he's making very poorly choices, which is kind of funny to see. Soldier is now in age 2, and he's actually queuing up a trireme and researching handsaw. So I like this. There are 4 fishing boats, so when that one trireme gets made, it's gonna have potential to kill a lot of economy from Knightblood. And Knightblood queuing up a 5th fishing boat, so that one trireme is gonna have a lot of targets. And there it goes. It is now made. Let's see, is it hopefully gets sent. Start doing some damage very quickly. Hey, we have a second dock for Knightblood. Oh, and this is bad. Idle trireme for Soldier. Looks like he might want to have it for defensive purposes, but if he realized there were 4 and about to be a 5th fishing boat, he would send that trireme forward. Oh, and he would even be able to attack these villagers on this wood line. That one trireme could do so much damage if he. Okay, now he is sending it, so if that trireme gets there, it's gonna still have a lot of potential to do a lot of damage. It's getting there a little bit slower than it could have. Second town center is going down for Soldier and being really aggressive, building it pretty far forward, trying to claim some map control. And this could be scary. This one trireme starting to make its way over here, and it's gonna be taking this route, so it won't get like spotted by this dock. It's gonna arrive and have potential to kill these villagers or these fishing boats. So we'll see how quickly Knightblood can respond. And he's building a stable right now. So if doesn't respond quickly, he could lose a lot of economy right here. Here we go. Ooh, the fishing boats did just finish that one spot. Okay, they're automatically just going to that second one. And here we go. The trireme does arrive. Soldier's focusing on it. Knightblood is looking away. So let's see. Oh, Knightblood is now looking at it. So he does pull all of his fishing boats. And now Knightblood immediately queues up a trireme himself, but it's at that other dock here actually. One fishing boat already down, and the rest of these ones are idled. So this one trireme is already doing a ton of damage. And if it went here, it could even get these villagers. And it's now finding these 3 fishing boats. Knightblood queuing up 3 galleys, so responding really heavily to this one trireme. Trireme already killed 2 fishing boats and causing all these fishing boats to be idle, so getting a huge, very cost effective. And forcing Knightblood to queue up 3 galleys. We have 29 villagers to 29. This galley looking like it might be able to get the 3rd fishing boat. Oh, very close. Galley's now trying to get away. Let's see how Soldier responds, if he does want to fight C or just, not fight C. He already forced Knightblood to invest, quite a bit of resources into these fishing boats. And he's still getting away with his galley, so very good job. And Soldier's actually on his way to H3, so he might be thinking go fast H3 for the fire ships. Oh, this galley was almost escaped. Oh, if it runs by, it might be able to escape. both players looking away as the warships cross each other's path. There are some raiding going on here. Nice, and Trireme does escape, so it's gonna have potential to kill this fishing boat. And it does get that other fishing boat, very nice. Ooh, and the other one's coming home. There are some acid bar raids on this wood line. And this one Trireme doing so much damage. Soldier is behind in population by quite a bit, but he is on his way to H3. One Trireme killed, I believe, 4 fishing boats. Oop, now Soldier's fishing boats are in danger. There's only 2 though. And it didn't, ooh, but he does have villagers exposed here. Oh, and here we go. This could be ugly. If Soldier doesn't respond very quickly, he could lose all. Oh, okay, nice. He does respond kind of just in time, and he does save every single villager there. But there are quite a few S-bars. And this one Trireme still attacking more fishing boats. Soldier's now on H3, and he's now has Prodromos coming out, so it's going to be a very good unit to respond to these raids. And Knightblood reacting by queuing up a lot of fishing boats, thinking that he won C. Still, this one Trireme has a threat to kill more fishing boats. And Knightblood's economy is going to be very good if he can get a lot of fishing boats on in the game. So yeah, actually we're not seeing any fire ships, which is interesting. Soldier could have won for fire ships, but instead he's going for fast H3 for Prodromos. Ooh, but he actually has 2 idle town centers. He's focusing Prodromos production a little bit too much here, and he has 2 idle town centers, so now he queues up some villagers. Prodromos are very good raiders, so he's now sending them out, and let's see what their targets are here. He could just go for these docks. There are villagers exposed here, and the one galley's now moving back in. And Prodromos are not coming in. They see this dock and the single villager, and they're going to take out that one villager very quickly. Let's get a villager count: 45 villagers to 42. Knightblood is now halfway to H3 himself. And this one Trireme is still being very sneaky, trying to find more fishing boats, getting very good use on himself. And looks like these fishing boats are maybe coming to repair. But not the biggest deal. The dock might still go down, and sending 2 S-bars, but they're just going to get countered by these Prodromos. One spearman, ooh, and the dock does go down. A couple spearmen are now arriving though. And single Trireme still doing more damage. Killed 4 fishing boats. Ooh, and the galley ran away. So the single Trireme still added from. He made 1 Trireme this entire game, and I think he just killed a 5th fishing boat, and caused a lot of idle time earlier also. So this one Trireme getting so much worth, and about to kill another fishing boat. I think it might finally go down, but it killed a 6th fishing boat. And this guy cost 150 wood and 100 gold, but it got so much worth in this game. Still trying to run and dodge some shots. A lot of Prodromos. Pure Prodromos army. You don't see that very often. But they're actually going to work very good. And here we go. Very good engagement for Soldier right here. And Knightblood's going to lose a very large chunk of his army. There are a few spearmen, but a lot of his army was split up there. And some of his spearmen are not coming, but there's just so many Prodromos that I think the Prodromos here may all handle themselves. And this Trireme still escapes a little bit. Yeah, very good engagement for Soldier right there. Now he has a chance to take out some stables or some more villagers here. And we're at 55 villagers for Knightblood to 51 for Soldier. Still wants to be very active with these Prodromos. He had the opportunity. A lot of players don't realize how good cavalry can be at killing buildings. He could have like almost ended the game with his army. He could have easily took out 2 stables, and that would have been huge. Stable cost 250 wood. It could have very easily killed 2 stables with just that Prodromos army. And then that would have made it impossible for Knightblood to make any mounted archers. Ooh, and these Prodromos might find this town center, and they are going to find this, and this is huge. Knightblood is sending his army to kind of try to deal with this, but definitely going to slow down this town center. There are a few. Okay, there are 10 spearmen though. Soldier's going to target the town center and try to kill it, so that's going to be very nice if he can kill it and then try to escape without taking too much damage. It looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Ooh, Villager's now going back to build it, and he does kill the town center as it was almost built, so that did cost Knightblood a lot of resources. Alright, get a villager count, 61 villagers for Knightblood and 55 for Soldier. Soldier's ahead in population a bit. Oh, looks like we're going to have a very big engagement here. Now mixing in Sulfuri to deal with the mounted archers, and some toasties for the spearmen. But it looks like Knightblood is holding off the fight here. And the galleys do return home to defend these fishing boats, while a single trireme is still here as a threat to possibly do damage. 61 villagers to 59. Third town center is built for both players. Oh, very lucky. Just well, not lucky, just very good. Soldier's been on the map this entire game. And look at this, 30 villagers. Wow, and Soldier's all here making 30 villagers go idle and run away. So a huge hit to the economy. And he's going to be killing some. Killed 3 so far. And, you know, you might think killing 4 villagers isn't that much, but he just made all 30 villagers go idled and, you know, run away, so that's huge. He does have to probably get out of here now, though. He doesn't want to lose too many units. He did lose maybe a little bit too much, more than he could have, but that was still very good, making all those villagers go idled. Oh, the single trireme, get over there. He can still do so much damage. Soldiers starting to fall behind in population by a bit, actually. We're at 65 villagers to 62. He's so close. I can't believe that trireme is like not attacking automatically. It's like just out of range. So many boats that he could be killing. Do have some more forward archer ranges going down for Soldier, so realizes he needs something to deal with these spearmen, and he's now switching toasties and Sulfuri. And Sulfuri counter mounted archers, but mounted archers also counter Sulfuri. And we do have some rams on field now. And Sari are moving back in to continue to raid these villagers. And when we have forward fortress coming down to protect the very important location, gold and stone, and just the middle of the map right there. And Knightblood's food is actually running really low at this point. His fishing boats are having to go a bit further to gather their food. He's now switching the farms. But still very even game, 65 villagers to 70 villagers. Hard to say who's ahead at this point. Knightblood is starting to push here, though. And Knightblood's population is ahead by, well, actually, it looks like Soldier just queued up a lot of units and he pretty much evened it up, but a lot of it is in queue. There are a lot of toasties, and Knightblood's army is actually all spearmen and mounted archers, it looks like, so he doesn't really have a whole lot to deal with these toasties. I mean, mounted archers will do okay versus them, but doesn't have any ass and bars. He might have the larger army, though, at this point. Oh, I want to see that one trireme get back in there so bad. Ooh, 2 Padromos positioned in perfect location, and they're going to find these villagers, and a lot of them are very low HP also. Well, I wonder if, yeah, Knightblood did forget to get A10, so if he had A10, all these villagers probably would have been full HP. He did just lose 2 vills there, and looks like possibly more going down here. Oh, nope. Soldier running away, trying to save his Padromos. And we're at 69 villagers to 77 villagers for Soldier. Oh, single trireme. So many fishing boats. Soldier claiming another gold mine, so it's good. And he does stab. Ooh, and he started so far finding the mounted archers. Perfect. Got a lot of shots off there. Did a lot of damage. Ooh, and here we go. Nice raid from Soldier coming in. Gonna take out these 5 villagers really quickly. Knightblood not pulling his entire army to respond to it, and Soldier's army is actually split in half right now, so this can be a very bad engagement for Soldier, as it looks like he's going to lose a very large portion of his army. He did kill 5 vills, but he lost like about a third of his army. And we're now at 75 villagers for Knightblood to 87 for Soldier. Single trireme still. I have to continue to keep checking that. But now it's getting to the point where are the gold mines is we're getting later in the game, and who can control gold mines, who can set up caravan routes is going to be very important and start deciding the game. And it looks like this is Knightblood's gold mine right now with about 1,400 left. But after that, it doesn't look like he has another gold mine. He's going to have to claim a gold mine after that. Well, meanwhile, Soldier's out a bit further on the map for his gold. And he's looking, Soldier's much better established for gold mines right now. So in about another 2 minutes or so, Knightblood was going to have to push out or find a gold mine. Knightblood is maxed at 180 population though. And here we go, very big raid coming in for Knightblood. More rams being trained, but not sure what their best purpose. I mean, they'll take some shots from mounted archers, maybe that's the thought process. But what do they cost population? They do 3 population, yeah, I mean that is kind of significant. Soldier actually running very low on gold as he just got kicked off that gold mine from the SBR, so this could get a little scary for him. Actually both players kind of running low on gold, so he was able to, I guess, win this fight here. You notice that this back gold mine, I'm not sure if he scouted this. Doesn't look like he did, so that could be very big. He did go out for this far gold mine, and he's building a fortress, so is securing this gold mine, so that's very good. And you would think he'll probably eventually scout this as he maybe goes to place a market down, and once he sees that, that'll be a very good surprise. And he does still have that gold mine there. Here we go, Soldier's not pushing in, and a few rams are on the fortress. And like I said, now Knightblood's struggling on gold, as he's getting pushed off this forward location, and these are his only gold villagers. He does have a decent amount of gold stacked right now, but he's going to be panicking. He's not going to have anywhere to gather some gold. He doesn't see this gold mine now, but he has 0 villagers on gold, and this is where it gets really scary when you don't have anybody gathering gold. You can fall behind very quickly. He's panicking and throwing up another fortress here. Soldiers are going to be able to take out all these military buildings, 4 moral camps. So that's a lot of resources right there. Very good pickup. Oh, did that one trireme die? I missed it. Oh, look at all these fishing boats. Now starting to get idle and having to go very far for fish though, so it's going to slow down his food income. And Knightblood panicking and throwing down a lot of military buildings here. Soldier looking very strong. It's in that almost 180 pop. Ooh, and now claiming the middle of the map and this gold mine. Even though the gold mine is really low. It's still got a decent chunk. I mean, it's, you know, every little bit counts, but. And Soldier pushing in still with a strong army right here. And Knightblood panicking, trying to rebuild another base. He couldn't get up the fortress here, so he's starting to build another fortress, trying to build more mortal camps, but he doesn't have that many military buildings, and he's really panicking at this point. As it's looking a little bit scary, not sure if he's going to be able to hold this fight. Oh, he does have a market established right now, so he just established recently 2 markets, so that will help his late game if he can hold off this fight. More and more rams coming in for Soldier. And yeah, there's like no military buildings for Knightblood. He has 2 military buildings. Panicking and throwing down a ton more military buildings. And he's now starting to get to the point where he's getting low on gold, or low on wood. But he did just throw down a lot of military buildings, so he's still actually okay. But he's losing a lot to these rams now. Rams now taking out houses, even farms. So it's looking pretty scary for Knightblood right now. Nobody on gold either. And it looks like Soldier might be locking this one down. And there goes the town center for Knightblood. These Rams are just taking everything out right here. Toxi's moving in, seeing if they can find some villagers to raid. And Knightblood's now getting housed at 90 population, just losing all these houses. And yeah, it's looking very bad for Knightblood right now. Getting cornered in his base. And looks like Soldier's going to take this one and put him up 2-1 in this best of 5. And we got an empty queue for Knightblood, so he is now starting to get some more military buildings up, but empty queue. Soldier still at 150 population. And still just more Rams doing some more damage, and ooh wow, even actually made a ram ship I think on accident. And a fortress does go down, and now this TC is a threat too. Oh wow, oh my god, how many Rams can a person make in one game? More and more forward work. Oh, that's a lot of forward siege workshops. Soldier smelling blood, and there we go. Last town center from Knightblood does go down, and there's the GG. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I had to step away for a little bit, so let me see what they said. I think we might have had a veto. Alright, so Knightblood chose Coastal. Okay, and then he chose Oasis. Oh, Alright, Soldier taking the 2-1 lead. He needs one more to advance and lock up in 8th place in this tournament, which will get him a $20.5 prize. Alright. And here we go. Getting underway with game 4 here. As Soldier has a 2-1 lead. And this is a best of 5, so if Soldier wins this one, he wins the series. Knightblood needs the win to survive. And we're going to have Egyptians versus Persians. Interesting matchup, and a very interesting map playing on Oasis, which is a very small map. And it does have a pond in the middle of the map, which is shallow water, so units can walk through the water. But you can also make a dock with fishing boats and warships. And Knightblood is starting on these berries. He does find his hunt. Sending a villager on his wood line. And he is building a storehouse on the hunt here. So standard play from both of them. As the Priestess of Ra empowering the town center to increase the villager train time. Or to decrease, I should say. Ooh, it looks like Soldier's gathering wood from these close trees next to his hunt. Oh wow, so he's going for a dock, an age 1 dock. Actually very interesting. Very interesting. You don't see that very often, but this could actually be pretty good now that I think of it. Kind of interesting. So I was thinking maybe an early barracks, but no, we're seeing a very early dock. Huh. So Knightblood is scouting this dock. He does see this forward dock and fishing boat right away being trained for Soldier. And Knightblood's responding by building a barracks. But this is actually quite interesting because, to be honest, especially with Egyptian spearmen, I'm not sure they're going to be able to do a whole lot of damage to the dock. Because even the fishing boats, they have a small attack, but it's like enough to kill a spearman. So like the fishing boat's gonna be able to hold his own in age 1, and he could just get repaired. So the spearman could go for like villagers on the hunt, but then your soldier will just have a fishing boat that's gonna be gathering at a very fast rate. So very interesting open from Soldier, and kind of like it. And now Soldier builds a storehouse on the wood line over here. And he's sending this fishing boat on the far fish here. Get a little bit of scouting information. And Soldier's now on his way to age 2, so he's going to be getting up to age 2 pretty early. And, okay, now Knightblood's now on his way to age 2. So he did absolutely nothing with his age 1 barracks, which was very interesting and kind of odd choice. Now he's starting to make spearmen. But I'm not sure if they're going to be that much of a threat, and we have a second fishing boat being made for Soldier, and he's also researching a tent, so I think he's going to be able to handle any spearmen here. And as you see, if this spearman goes over here to attack this fishing boat's going to win that fight. 8 DPS. And here we go, we got a 1v1, about to be 2v1, one fishing boat versus a spearman. And it looks like Soldier's a little bit scared. He is making a galley already. He could just, now he's attacking the spearman. Really don't, honestly, you don't even have to be that scared. I don't think you could just attack the spearman. And then just repair this fishing boat if it gets a little bit close. But you don't even have to worry that much. And there's about to be a galley made, so as soon as this galley pops out, this is going to shut down everything. And Soldier's going to have map control and going to have this sea, which is very big in this map. Ooh, Knightblood even pulling his Priestess of Ra. I'm not sure if that was a move all military accident or if he meant to do it on purpose, but okay, now he is going to be pulling back. That would have been big if that Priestess of Ra died. And Soldier's not going for stone. Going for the gold. And same thing as Knightblood, so they're realizing this is a small map. Neither player are going for H2 town center. Not real early one at least. Yeah, people talking about the betting in the chat, and yeah, now that I think of it, I think I had Soldier winning 3-0, and he did already lose one, so I think I might have lost some bets there. I've had some unfortunate bets lately. I was doing really good, but I think I ended up having 3-0. I'd have to check my bets. Let's get a villager count. We're at 19 villagers for Knightblood to 17 for Soldier. So Soldier is behind in villagers a little bit, but he does have 2 fishing boats. Oh, nope. I actually just put 500 on Soldier winning. Nice. I just checked it. Alright. Gotta check your bets. Alright, and we have a forward archery range coming down for Soldier. Kind of nice. He's building buildings forward, and it's around the pond, so there'll be quicker reinforcements and any of the boats to help, defend them. Alright, and we do have another barracks going down for Knightblood. A lot of villagers on this very patch with the Priestess of Ron powering it. That's a lot of those right there. He does find a hunt now, and he's now gonna probably start transitioning some villagers there. Soldiers now starting to gather some stone. And another fishing boat in queue for Soldiers, so that's gonna be a 4th fishing boat. Ooh, and even a 2nd galley. Alright, so Knightblood building some more storehouses on his woodline here, throwing up some houses. And looks like he's going axemen and camels with a lone slinger, a couple slingers. But there are 2 galleys for Soldier out already, so he's going to have this map control really well established. And camels are now on the move. Soldier once again built the storehouse on a very strange wood line, but it was kind of an age 1 where he had his villagers already here, but he's building a 2nd one, so Soldier has a weird thing with wood lines, it seems, this tournament. Yeah, he's a little more standard now, getting wood line back there, a little normal play. Oh, sending a couple bowmen to their death. Tried to get a little bit of scouting information, but went a little too far. Soldier's now stacking a lot of resources already. Yeah, floating a lot of resources. Not sure what his plan is here. If he's trying to advance, build another town center, or if he's just slipping. I mean, looks like he's just slipping. But look at this, Knightblood trying to attack, and this is just bad. Oh my God, Soldier should not lose this galley. That was another big mistake. Could have very easily repaired that galley. I have no idea what Soldier's doing right now. Empty queue. I mean, he should still be able to hold this middle with a single galley. Like, I don't know what he's really doing. Okay, he's making a 2nd town center. Oh, he only has an archer range. That's why. So his macro is just very far off. Oh, he's not repairing his galley, so that's really rough. Soldier does lose 2 galleys and a couple fishing boats, floating 1,000 food and about like almost 700 gold. He just doesn't have the buildings he needs to have. He's very wood starved right now. He only has an archer range, so he can only make units that cost wood. He does get the 2nd town center up, so he's gonna help defend. And if he can he really needs to get a galley. If he can make another galley, he'll be able to hold down this location. But it's looking a little scary for Soldier. He needs to queue up a galley like right now. And okay, he's deciding to go for the barracks, which it would have been better for the galley first. And he's just panicking for wood right now, very poorly. Now he is getting a lot of villagers on this wood. So yeah, look at it. He's at 33 population to 74 from Knightblood, and this is looking really bad for Soldier actually. He was in a very good position, but his macro was just way off. And he had the wrong resources, basically. He might be able to hold, not even getting that military building up. His macro is getting a little fixed now, but he doesn't have any military building at all right now. It's impossible for him to make a military unit, which seems, sounds insane. He's now building another military building, so he's now starting to work on his military production. But now the rest of Knightblood's army is moving in, and he's using 2 villagers to build military buildings, which is just way wrong. And this looks like this could be a very quick GG. The Soldier just can't make military unit in this game. Getting caught off guard and only putting 2 villagers to build a military building, underestimating how long it takes buildings to get built in this game. And yeah, it's looking very bad for Soldier right now. Let's get a villager count. 32 villagers for Knightblood, 34 for Soldier. So Soldier is ahead in the villagers a tiny bit, so he's taking a lot with his villagers, kind of maybe helping him survive, but 33 villagers to 31, so now Soldier's falling behind in the villagers a bit. Oh, when he resigns, I thought he was gonna maybe stabilize there. Actually, that was honestly probably a little bit of an early resign. He was in an okay spot. This army for Knightblood was starting to get really small, and it looked like he was. I mean, he was behind in villagers a little bit. He could have maybe stabilized there. Maybe an early resign, especially for a tournament. But yeah, it looks like the villagers were fighting, and they were about to hold off the rest of this army. He was going to lose a few more villagers, and he would have been behind like 5 villas. But I mean, either way, he is behind in population by a lot. So I mean, I guess you could say it's worthy. Wow, so we're gonna have a game 5 in this best of 5. Rusty Soldier versus Knightblood. Knightblood putting up you know, good play this series, and Soldier just getting confused. This game looked like pretty sloppy play, to be honest. Struggling to make military units. I think he only made like 3 military units in this entire game. It was like 3 initial longbows or bowmen. Alright, so we're gonna add a game 5 here. Knightblood versus Soldier on EQ. Let me update the score. Alright, so 2-2, game 5, winner of this game advances, loser is just out of the tournament, and whoever wins this game locks up at worst case 8th place, which would get you a $25 prize pool, and loser just goes home. So this game right here, this single game is worth $25, and we have Knightblood playing as the Celts down the bottom, and up top we have IAmSoldieR US playing as the Greeks. So very intense game here. $25 is on the line. Very even series here. So Soldier opening very standard here. Does have very nice hunt. Camels sometimes on equal footing you get different type of animals. And this time they're opening with camels, and they have 250 food, and they're very close to storehouse, so that's really nice. Take a look at Knightblood. It's actually the same exact though, pretty much. So yep, it's a lot of food there for that initial hunt. And Knightblood going for the fast barracks. Here we go. Not building a wood storehouse, so this barracks is gonna come up very soon. But Soldier scouting this right away, so that's nice. Soldier's gonna be able to actually respond however he wants very quickly. Oh my God, he's building a storehouse. He's building a storehouse on. Okay, well, that's interesting. I mean, maybe he wants to abandon this hunt storehouse, but this is gonna slow down his barracks by a lot. He's building a storehouse in between the stone mine and the berries, so he'll be able to like retreat to these berries if he gets pushed off this hunt. But he doesn't want to get pushed off the hunt in the first place, really. Ideally. Let's see if Soldier goes for very fast H2. I think he's a fan of this, as you see him do it before and go for like very quick hype pass twist. And I think that, yep, that's what he's doing. 11 villager age up, very fast age up. And okay, he's on top of things. He realizes he needs a lot of wood. Like his age up is probably too soon. He should have made one more villager, I think, because he might not even have 200 wood by the time he's in H2. So his barracks is gonna be pretty late. Let's see, are these spearmen coming down? Where are the spearmen for Knightblood? The first spearman is here for Knightblood. Soldier doing a very good job using his scout to slow down the rush. Ooh, and some crocodiles in good location. So Soldier doing what he needs to do here. Looks like we got a little bit of lag. Not sure why. Alright, first spearman is about to arrive, and like I said, Soldier hits H2, but he doesn't even have 200 wood, so He needs a really, now he has 200 wood. You can very quickly, or you could go for larger range. Yeah, you could do that actually. So, oh no, he's going for the barracks. You could use, nice. I was expecting him to do this. He uses villagers just to punch the spearmen. Now a second spearman is getting there, so it's getting a little scary. But nice, continuing to punch them. And you could go to the, okay, now at this point you might have to run away. They're starting to get some more spearmen. Barracks is still a little bit away. Don't want to lose any villagers, so you could just go onto these goats and these berries. And if he, not the biggest deal, hopefully he can keep the storehouse alive here. Barracks is about to get built, so there will be a high pacifist pretty shortly. But I think the storehouse is going to go down either way. Yep, the storehouse is going to go down, so nice little pickup from Knightblood. And taking a look at Knightblood, he's now transitioning to next hunt. And the first high pacifist is now on the field, so he's going to be able to deal with the rest of these spearmen. Meanwhile, Knightblood is still in H2, still queuing up villagers, so he's going to be in H2 for a bit longer, while Soldier is in he's in H1, I'm sorry. Knightblood's going to be in H1 for a bit longer, while Soldier is in H2. But he's not doing a whole lot with the H2. Could get some eco upgrades now. Or make some more high pacifist if he feels he needs to. As there are a lot of spearmen, and now this spearman will be able to focus on this high pacifist. It's, yeah. Soldier even getting house here. It looks like Soldier, ooh, pulling his scout back just in time. And Knightblood is now just starting to advance to H2. He does have a lot of spearmen, but they're not doing anything right now. If they were in the woodline, they actually could be doing a lot of damage. Soldier actually going for a counterattack with 2 high pacifists, which is interesting. I mean, it could be good, I guess, suppose. Soldier is now in H2. He's now getting, or he's been in H2, but he's now getting his eco upgrades. Oh, and he's now about to start building a second town center, so that's going to be very good. Soldier's going to get a second town center up a lot quicker than Knightblood. Knightblood's actually not gathering any stone, and he's building a storehouse on gold, so Knightblood looking like he wants to be aggressive here. Oh, and these 2 high pacifists are dying. They're attacking, they just need to fight at this point, yeah. Kind of wasted the 2 high pacifists a little bit. Did kill 1 spearman. Ooh, he's going to kill a second spearman, so nice, that good counter. So not the worst use, actually. Now even another one coming. And oh, he's starting building more houses. He has the resources for second town center just about. Oh, he built a storehouse. That could have been a TC instead. Really, I don't know. So Knightblood's now in H2, and he's making long swordsmen. He has 2 barracks. He's not gathering any stone at all. So he's gonna be looking like he wants to be very aggressive. And Soldier now building his second town center. Building it with only 4 villagers, so that is a bit low. Ooh, high pacifists are on the move. And they're going to find, oh, it is within TC range, so that's very good. Soldier might lose a villager if he's not on top of it, though. And he does lose 1 villager. So that was still a nice pick up by Knightblood. 1 spearman for 1 villager is definitely nice. Ooh, some more long swordsmen are starting to move in here. And there are a couple high pacifists, though. It is looking a little scary, and Soldier only has, like, a single villager building a town center. What you could just tell, Soldier's, I guess you could say he's not in. Okay, now he puts villagers in on the TC. He's not in like normal shape, or doesn't understand the metagame or something. But his playstyle can be often very strange and you know, and just not smart. Soldier is gonna be able to hold this with the TC fire. He did lose another villager there, I believe. So let's get a villager count: 26 villagers to 20, so wow, that is actually huge. Soldier 6 villagers behind, which is hugely significant. He will start catching up once he gets his second TC up, but he really is even food starved. He's gonna have to get on that back. Well, he does have still hunt there, but why is this game lagging? All right, he's getting some nice pickups here actually. So he needs every little pick up to kind of get back in this and just not fall behind too far. Ooh, you don't want these high pacifists to go too far. If Soldier's not on top of this, he could lose these. Oh, and he's engaging, and this is kind of what Soldier's been doing this entire series, is just taking really poor engagements and just a lot of bad trades. Because he just threw away like 4 high pacifists. And yeah, he's looking a little food starved. Like, he's struggling to make villagers from both town centers, and once these berries run out, he's gonna be in a little trouble. I mean, he has these hunts, but if he, I mean, oh, okay, he actually has a lot back here. I mean, hopefully he'll head there. He should even start splitting some villagers there now at this point. And the other side, Knightblood is actually housing. He's macros off quite a bit, floating 1,000 food at this point. Building a sacred grove. Now building a Soros on his still 9. I'm already losing my voice. I think I'm like a tiny bit sick, and trying to cast 5 games by myself can be a struggle, but I also enjoy it. So pretty even populations at this point. Knightblood trying to push in right now, but he's not going to be able to do a whole lot here. There are a few toasties. Soldier very good, quickly pulling them back. Now a couple slingers are coming up. Oh, these 2 toasts. Oh, okay, they did get back in time. And yeah, Knightblood could have a lot more units on the field if his macro wasn't off so much. But by mismacroing, he's giving Soldier a really large window to kind of stabilize and get in this game. 33 villagers for Knightblood, now 34 for Soldier. So Soldier was down 6 vills like 2 minutes ago, and now he's up with villager. And now Soldier is stabilizing, and he's looking like he's in good position. And I think I keep saying Bowman. Too much Adrian Purse 3 lately. Alright, and Soldier's actually moving out here, trying to take an engagement. Wow, going on these berries instead of his back hunt, which is kind of just insane. But I think he might be able to win this engagement anyways. And yeah, this is actually a very big fight, and I think Knightblood going H3 might be just because he's floating so much resources. He just, a way to spend resources. But this was actually a very big engagement, and Soldier won that very strongly. And now he's even gathering like resources that are well in the middle of the map, kind of like near Knightblood. So Soldier looking like he's in a very good spot right now. He's moving forward, and he's gonna take out a villager here. And Knightblood's macro has just been very off this game, struggling from really early, and that was kind of the main issue this game he's having. Last game it was like Soldier's macro was really off. So Knightblood is about to be in age 3. Soldier just continuing to queue up units. Let's get a villager count here. 34 vills for Knightblood and 48 for Soldier. So Soldier's gonna has quite a large economy lead right now. And Knightblood went H3, but I mean he's on 1 town center. Like, what is he gonna do in H3? I mean, he can make H3 units, but he's even like doesn't have the resources, doesn't have wood right now. So and Soldier finding more villagers, and this is very quickly looking bad for Knightblood. Knightblood does now queue up some World Raiders, so he's going to have some World Raiders on the field, which will be nice, but there are a good amount of high pacifists for Soldier. Ooh, and even some staples coming down for Knightblood. And we have 36 vills for Knightblood to 53 for Soldier, so Soldier's economy is taking a very large lead, but Knightblood does have that huge bank of food still. And looks like we're can have a big engagement right here. Here we go. This could be a game-deciding fight. And I think Knightblood might struggle to hold this here. We're gonna have to see which way this fight goes. World Raiders are trying to get on the Toasties. There's not many anti-infantry units at all for Knightblood here. So these high pacifists are staying alive, and yeah, Soldier's winning this fight very well. There wasn't any anti-infantry units for Knightblood, and Soldier's still pushing. He could do a lot of damage on this wood line if he did head over there, but could be also a little risky. And we have 38 villagers for Knightblood to 60 for Soldier. So Soldier at this point is kind of establishing a pretty large lead. And getting more raids here. I'll be out there in like 10. And soldiers' population is pretty large, pretty far ahead at this point. 40 villagers to 65, so 25 villager difference is just huge in this game. And this is at like the 12-13 minute mark. These horsemen are gonna find these Sarasophorai, looks like, so this could be a good. Oh, nope, Sarasophorai now on the run. Oh, they are boxed in by these trees, I think. If these horsemen find Sarah, it could be a nice little pickup. Oh, only 2 of them. Oh, and we have a very big engagement here, and this, well, there are a lot of high pacifists here, and some of the series coming in for the flank here. Knightblood retreating. And soldiers pop is staying ahead here, 130 to about 100 population. And it looks like Knightblood might hold this here, and the populations are now even up more. So Knightblood is getting pushed off this gold mine a little bit, but he does win this engagement right here. So Knightblood trying to creep back into this game. 43 villagers to 70, so a very large economy gap. And I think Knightblood's still on 1 town center, and he's in H3, so you don't see that too often. But here we go, 2nd town center just now being placed down. But Knightblood does have the H3 army. He does have horsemen and bowmen, so he does have a pretty strong army here. Most soldiers floating an insane amount of a lot of wood, and gonna have to start transitioning to farms, which he is, and throwing down some more military buildings. Starting to look pretty even. If Celts get a large army, they can get really scary here. But Sarasophorai are moving in, and you're getting some shots on the range units here. But with every engagement, it just goes to the economy. You're looking at Knightblood with 46 villagers and 75 for soldiers. So if they keep trading even, it's going to benefit soldier because his economy is just much better. Now we do have some World Raiders on the Sarasophorai, and they're doing some pretty quick damage here. Soldier moving in, but he's could be a bad engagement for soldier here. Not sure how many spearmen he has left here. 8 spearmen. There is still quite a bit of horsemen. Yeah, looks like soldier is going to lose this engagement. 52 villagers to 78 though. That's the main thing in this game. The villager gap very large. There are a couple World Raiders in the wood line though. It's always frustrating to deal with World Raider raids. But you can see the populations are now starting to get quite different from one another. 132 to 86. And we do have a forward fortress going down for Knightblood. But let's see, 57 villagers to 82, so the soldier is now stopping his villager production, or slowing down at the least. He does have a lot of Sarasophorai on the map looking to raid. Ooh, and Sarasophorai looking like they want to come in for a flank here, and Knightblood's army is actually very small all of a sudden. And soldier is now on his way to H3 himself. Soldier looking very strong here and looking like he's going to take looking like he wants to take game 5. Ooh, and he's now just arriving to the fortress at perfect timing here. Might be able to deny this fortress. Very big, and Sarasophorai are going to find even more villagers, and they are denying this fortress, killing villagers. So soldier playing much better this game, and looking very good right now at this point. 55 villagers to 83. And we have another engagement here. We have 57 villagers to 84 soldiers. Now H3 though, he's queuing up a lot of the H3 economy upgrades. Populations are pretty even though at this point. Ooh, and this is looking bad for Soldier. He's gonna lose his Toasty army, I think. And he's actually running a little low on gold, so he could be running in a scary spot here. As he's losing his army, taking some, not the best engagements maybe. Well, this one was kind of even. Trading fairly even at this point, but now it looks like he's starting to lose this one. But Soldier is out on the map much more than Knightblood is. And Knightblood's now struggling for gold very much himself, while Soldier does have a much larger bank. And he's still ahead in population by a little bit. Knightblood trying to push now. See if he can counterattack here. Might have a window to push and do a lot of damage to Soldier. And now Knightblood is retreating. Soldier's able to hold that off and pushing back. And Soldier chasing him down here. And there are a lot of series left, and all of a sudden Knightblood's army's got very small. And this could be one of the final pushes actually, as Knightblood's running low on resources and army's much smaller right now. He does already have caravan route going, which is nice, but and Soldier continuing this push here. Soldier's about getting maxed at 160 population, while Knightblood's sitting at it's about 100. Soldier is now actually retreating. Very large bank, could be an H4 right now, or yeah, H4. Making some more battering rams. Looks like Soldier really likes his battering rams. And 78 villagers to 89. So Knightblood did start queuing up more villagers and could possibly be stabilizing, but his resource count, his bank is very far behind Soldier. So you'd have to have a lot of very good engagements to come back in this game. And here you go, a very good raid from Soldier. Killing a lot of villagers on that gold mine. And yeah, it's kind of sad to see Soldier float so many resources. People can sometimes underestimate buying and selling, and he could very easily be H4 with the amount of resources he has. I mean, with the amount of resources he has, he could be H4 and 200 population, to be honest. And there we go, Knightblood calls the GG. Alright, so Soldier takes this one 3-2. And Soldier advances, and that is it for Knightblood. Knightblood's tournament life is over. So Soldier's gonna lock up at least 8th place and a $25 prize pool. Alright, so that's gonna be it for the stream. Any last second questions, go ahead. But this was a pretty long one, really good stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm about to get out of this, so. Alright, see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.